and founder of Lexi Skin. I'm a physician by background, and I'm also been a skincare entrepreneur developing skincare products as well as other medical products and other drug delivery products for most of my career. I'm excited to have everybody here and to tell everybody a little bit about our story. One thing that I think is very interesting to note, it's a really interesting statistic, is that more than 50% of young ladies now under the age of 20 have begun starting to explore daily skincare regimens. So what that really tells us is that the younger women of this world are really starting to think about preventative skincare. They're really trying to think about what can they do to help protect their skin from the signs of aging and to keep their skin looking young and healthy, from the beginning without having to go back and try to do corrective stuff. And I think that's very, very important. And that sort of, plays right into our story. So with Lexi Skin, the reason for our name Lexi is we partnered with Lexi Thompson. For those of you who don't know Lexi Thompson, she's arguably the most famous professional female golfer in the world. And we also partnered with Dr. Arthur Swift, who I'll speak about as well. And part of how this came about is, so Lexi Thompson has been playing professional golf pretty much since she's 12 years old. She holds the honor of being the youngest female to ever qualify for the ladies US Open, the women's US Open, and she played in that when she was 12 years old. She technically turned pro at 15, and she's been playing professional golf for the last 11 years, almost 12 years now. She's 26 years old, almost 27. But she started playing golf at the young age of 3. So you can imagine the amount of sun exposure that her skin has had. She's had multiple lifetimes worth of sun exposure. And doing everything she can to prevent the signs of aging and the wear and tear of the sun and all of that has been very, very important to her. She's, besides being an amazing golfer, her passions also lie around fitness and wellness and health and nutrition, and that all plays into taking care of herself and her skin. And so how Lexi Skin really came together is I had met her and learned a lot about her story. And we sort of started talking about, what could be done to really look at how she could help, prevent signs of aging on her skin and help other young women, as well as women of all ages and men of all ages, try to take really, really good care of their skin. And what we did was we also met with Dr. Arthur Swift, who's a world-renowned plastic surgeon, one of the most famous plastic surgeons, actually, because what he's been involved in his entire career has been helping teach other plastic surgeons the latest and greatest techniques. And together, the three of us set out on this journey with some other team members as well, but to create some of the best skincare that we thought we could create and do that at a price point that we thought was accessible to modern, young, middle-aged, active women. So really wanted something that was truly accessible. We wanted to be something that was way too out of reach, way too aspirational for many, but actually keep that price point, in the realm of reason. And so what's important to note is, over my career, I followed a lot of the skincare trends and things like that. And as many people know, the Koreans have been at some of the forefront of skincare technology and looking at the best ways to take care of our skin and to prevent wrinkles, prevent fine lines and things of that nature. And one of the things that the Koreans actually discovered and started doing in the skincare space a few years ago was using copper peptides. And this is very important and really key and essential to our story. So copper peptides, the reason that they're amazing ingredients for skincare is, on the science side, copper peptides are naturally anti-inflammatory, so they decrease inflammation. They're naturally antimicrobial, so they kill any bacteria on our skin that could lead to problems. And most importantly, they're collagen stimulating. They actually stimulate the body to produce its own natural collagen, which is very, very important. So the Koreans started using these types of ingredients in their products, but they ran into a couple different issues. The first issue was copper peptides are quite expensive. So that's also led to the price points of many of these copper peptide products that the Koreans have. But they also ran into issues with oxidation and also with getting effective delivery to the skin. They had to use very, very high concentrations of copper peptides, which again led to their increased cost. So I put on my hat and my background as a medical device developer, a drug delivery expert, together with Lexi's ideas of what are the types of products that she really needs for her lifestyle and where she needs to target those products on her body, and combined with Dr. Swift's expertise. And we set out on this journey of creating these products. And what we were able to do was, working with some of our scientists, we created a way to take the copper peptides and create a so-called drug delivery system for these copper peptides. And what you can almost equate this to is there's plenty of other drug delivery patches in the pharmaceutical space that women are familiar with, men are familiar with. We think of hormone replacement therapy patches that go on the arm. We think of contraceptive patches that women use. We think of Nicoderm patches that people use for smoking cessation, and we think of pain patches. All of those basically take the ingredient, the active ingredient, and get it to penetrate transdermally across the skin to get their effectiveness. And for all intents and purposes, that's what we've done with copper peptide. And that's why we believe we have some of the best, if not the best, skincare anti-aging products on the market, because we can deliver our copper peptides to the skin like nobody else. There's no one else that can get this type of delivery because nobody else is actually using a delivery system for their copper. What they're doing is they're actually just increasing their parts per million, keeping very high percentages of copper in their products, and hoping that that's the way they penetrate the skin. Also, the Koreans had the other issue that their copper was oxidizing. So by the way we put our copper into our delivery system, we actually prevent the oxidation from happening. And one step further that we go is we do all of our products come in the airless packaging that many consumers have become familiar with through a lot of the high-end products. A lot of the higher end products are using airless packaging now. And the reason for that is that when you use an airless pump, airless jar, airless bottle, you're not letting your creams get exposed to air until the exact time that they're actually pumped out and they're getting used. So at that point, you really have no oxidation because you're rubbing them right onto the skin. And the way that's achieved is without using straws or anything that sucks up the products and whatnot. So that's actually another important component. So we set out, focused on what Lexi's needs were as a young active woman, and knowing that other young active women have those similar needs. And then that branched into, what do women of all ages need? Where are there areas that they're focused on? So we started off looking at all the different targeted areas. And I think that's really important to note, is that our products, we call them targeted skin therapy, because each product, the only commonality that they really have is the encapsulated copper peptide delivery system. Beyond that, the ingredients and the design of our eye product is completely different from our neck product. So our eye cream, which you see here, again, comes in an airless pump bottle, uses the signature Lexi Thompson bright pink colors, and one of the sort of ombre trends in our packaging that's been very popular, among some of the fashion, especially in the female sports categories. And so our eye cream, totally different from our neck cream. Neck cream is targeted towards the neck and tightening the neck and getting rid of some of that loose tissue in the neck, where the eye cream is really focused on those fine lines and wrinkles that you get right under the eye, which, where a lot of men and women tend to show their age. And then separately, we have our face cream, which is somewhere in between the eye cream and the neck cream, is really the best way to describe it. It has intense moisturizing properties. It helps eliminate some of those fine lines and wrinkles. It does a little bit of tightening, but it also adds in some of the brightening and whatnot. So great targeted line of products. And then beyond the three sort of head products, what I call them, or the face products, eye, neck, and face, we also have an incredible hand cream and an incredible foot cream. And those two products are actually focused around stuff that many women and men of all ages experience, and especially those that are very active like Lexi Thompson, is you get cracking of your skin and you actually get damage to your hands and your feet from all of the wear and tear. So we actually focused our foot cream and our hand cream on actual healing, right? And healing of scars. So we actually are using scar gel related technology, which is incredible. There's not a lot of people that are doing that in their hand creams. There's obviously separate scar gels, but nobody's really ever thought about combining the idea of scar gels that are going to help heal a wound and a scar with the other ingredients that you might need for these parts of the body, especially cracked heels, especially dry and blistered hands and things like that. And so the reason that's important is, if you remember at the beginning, I said, why is copper peptide really our hero ingredient? And again, anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, collagen stimulating. Those are all the things, again, that you need to heal a cracked skin, to heal scars, things like that. Because when you have even a brand new incision that you might have on purpose because you had a little surgery and a physician or surgeon went and did an incision with a scalpel and sutured it up, what you need to do to get that to heal as best as possible is you need to make sure that there's no inflammation happening there. You need to make sure that there's no infection happening there, and you need to make sure that new collagen is being stimulated to grow and to make that scar heal wonderfully. And so that's what we do, with our hand product, our hand cream, and our foot cream. And then we separately do have an independent scar gel that you can use below any of these products as a base layer, or specifically for a scar, such as the number one use that we're seeing women use is for, and actually the number one use of scar gels in general is flat iron and curling iron burns. So a lot of women will experience flat iron their hair. They'll get a little bit of a burn up on the top of their shoulder blade or their clavicle. And what we've seen with our products in our clinical testing over the years is that the healing speed that you get with our scar gel product is incredible for those applications. It works great on all scars, but that's a wonderful for a superficial burn like a flat iron burn. It's a great application. You see amazing results in just 2 weeks usually. Our products are agnostic to skin type because we're not using an ingredient that is really focused towards oily skin or dry skin. It's not focused towards white skin, dark skin, Hispanic, Asian skin. It's copper works on all skin types. So that's great. It works for men, it works for women. Just fantastic way to go after anti-aging in a totally different targeted way with these copper peptide products. And to round out, our suite of products, we also do have a facial cleanser. It's a unique facial cleanser because it's actually not one that doesn't foam up a lot. It's much more of it's a clear cleanser that does lather up in the hands, but it doesn't foam up much, and it goes on in a sort of a creamy way. And it was also designed with Lexi Thompson in mind, and one of her biggest pet peeves about facial cleansers, she obviously out in the sun all the time is wearing a lot of sunscreen, and she feels like a lot of the facial cleansers that are available are not strong enough or not made in a way to actually remove that sunscreen residue from your face, especially if you're using physical barrier sunscreens like titanium oxide or zinc oxide sunscreens, which are very, very thick and heavy. So our facial cleanser was designed specifically around being gentle enough to not damage the face and cause any issues, but also it's strong enough that you can, with just one washing, you can take off zinc and titanium oxide sunscreen. So, that really rounds out our suite of products. As I mentioned, all the hand, the face, and our neck products all come in these airless style pumps. The eye cream comes in an airless style bottle. The foot and scar gel comes in a tube, and our facial cleanser does come in a pump. But again, all targeted to different parts of the body. We are also looking at expanding our line of products and adding SPF into our line as well, so that we not only have nighttime anti-aging products, but we also have some of the daily use products that have the SPF sun protection, which again, very, very important for the modern man and woman. Many are already starting to use those products early on. You have even a lot of men right now that are going out and using SPF moisturizer on their face in the morning before they even go out. They don't want to put something on as heavy as a sunscreen, but this is at least a nice base layer of protection. So again, the real focus and the holiday, sort of the sort of driving home point, copper peptides, why they're great. I saw one of the questions was about holiday gift sets. Absolutely. We have a bunch of holiday offers and specials that we're offering. We have our entire bundle where we sell we call it our I Want It All bundle, where we sell all the products, but also we have our fresh face bundle, which is focused on our eye cream, our face cream, our neck cream with our facial cleanser. And we have our hand and foot bundles as holiday gifts as well, which are focused on hand and feet. All of our products right now are currently sold direct to consumer through multiple channels, including our website, which is lexiskinusa.com. We sell direct on social media through at Lexi Skin USA on Instagram. We're on Facebook, we're on Pinterest, but everything right now is sold direct to consumer, online. There's always various coupon codes that we're offering at different times. We have various, holiday promotions going on as well. Thank you guys very much for listening. I'd love to take some questions now and try to share some additional thoughts and answer a few other questions that people might have.
Thank you, Stuart, for that. All right, we are going to open up either questions in the chat feature or Q&A, and then Rose and I will go ahead and get those answered for you guys. We'll just give a few seconds to drop them in.
I did see somebody ask about price points. So while we're waiting, I'll answer some of those questions. Our most expensive product is our neck cream. It's $59.99 is the retail pricing. So you can see that, and everything else is below that, with our face cream at $49.99, our eye cream at $44.99, and then the products are cheaper from there. So you can see we've tried to achieve our goal, the team's goal with Lexi and whatnot as well, to be moderately priced, even though we're offering a product that is arguably as good, if not better, than some of the multi-$100 Korean skincare beauty products. We've done side-by-side comparisons with some expensive brands like La Mer and Le Prairie, especially with our eye creams, and we see incredible results as compared to those products as well. So, price points are very, very reasonable, and always offering bundles and various promotions to get more men and women trying our products.
Great, and that question was asked by Rachel, who's from Urban Milan, just so you know.
Yeah. Perfect.
I haven't seen any other questions come through, but we are going to hang on because I'm sure that there are more. All right, another one. We are working on our holiday gift guide. This is also from Rachel, Urban Milan. Can you share your contact?
Yeah, absolutely. The easiest way to reach me, Rachel, is my first name, Stuart, STEWART, at LexiSkinUSA.com. And happy to answer any questions, happy to work with you in any way possible for your holiday gift guide, offer special promotions. Feel free to reach right out directly. I see another question there that I'll take. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, that's from Jade Magazine. This is Ellen asking the question. And do you recommend the whole set for the best result, or will you mix and match products with your own favorites to work as well?
Yeah, so that's a great question. Obviously, we can never stop anybody from mix and matching. We do think that it's great for men and women to use the set together, because you're getting this combined hit of all of these copper peptides. So if your eye cream you put around the eyes and up between the eyes and lower forehead and stuff like that, then you're using the face cream on the rest of your face, and then the neck cream down the neck. You're getting the copper peptides everywhere, and you're really helping with that. But of course, we know some people have eye creams that they love and whatnot, but we do like to sell the whole package and offer it. But we know that other people are going to use some of their products as well. Some people have facial cleansers that they love, or facial scrubs that they love, and they may not want to use ours. But we have tons of customers that are already using the whole package and just absolutely loving it. And then we do have a lot of customers, especially male customers, that are using, not using a lot of the face products, but they're using our hand and foot creams and getting great results. I love to tell people with the foot cream, I use it almost every night, and I'm pretty active guy, and get a lot of, struggle with wear and tear on my feet. And if you use our foot cream with a sock for a few nights in a row, the results are absolutely incredible. So for some people that like to try our products and want to see if they work quickly, oftentimes they say, well, buy some of our foot cream, try it a few nights in a row with a sock on, and you're going to see the results really quickly. And that obviously motivates them to then say, wow, if we see those types of results, what are we going to see with some of the eye cream products as well in the face and the neck?
Thank you for answering that question. We'll just hang around for another few minutes to see if any last questions roll in. And then if not, Stuart can be reached via the email that he just gave out. In the meantime, I do want to remind all the reporters in the room that sample requests and press release can be requested on mediaandmerch.com. And thank you, Stuart, for dropping that into the chat.
Absolutely. Yeah. We have a lot of great content on our website at Lexi Skin USA. There's a lot of scientific content on there, why copper peptides, how delivery systems work. We have a lot of information on there from Dr. Swift, from his 40 years of experience as a plastic surgeon and aesthetic doctor. So there's great information to see there at lexiskinusa.com. All our products are made in America. All of our ingredients and everything like that, everything is made here in America. Everything is Leaping Bunny certified, and we do no testing on animals or anything of that variety. Also very, very important, those of us that follow Lexi closely know that she's an incredible animal lover and dog lover. She travels the entire world with her little dog Leo and whatnot all the time. So that was also, again, part of the story, just making sure that everything is, animal cruelty free as well.
I love to hear that. We have 2 office pups here.
Yeah.
All right. I don't see any more questions rolling in. So thank you so much, Stuart, for your time. Again,
Absolutely.
media, press releases and sample requests can be found on mediaandmerch.com.
Okay. Thank you, everybody, for your time.
Jane Maggot said, thank you. All right. Bye for now. Thank you from Sarah. Oh, and we will grab this before we log off. All right. Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.